Okay, so this morning, guys, we're going to be playing with the WZ-131. I have gotten so many recommendations to go down this tech tree, this line, if you want to call it that, and I'm well aware that the tier 9 and tier 10 for this particular line, for the Chinese lights, they're not very good, man. They're just every other light tank you choose at tier 9 or tier 10 is going to be likely a better option than these tanks once you get past like the tier 8. However, the tier 7 in my eyes, and again, I've only played 3 battles in this vehicle. The camera kind of covers that up, but I've played 3 battles in it. We have a 100% win rate and 1634 average damage. I will actually take a look at the stats because this only shows the damage. So right here you could see 1633 damage, 777 assist. I've been playing this vehicle very well for the first 3 games. I mean, we're purple, right? So that's always good. But it always goes down. Like, I'll get this sometimes where I play a few good games, and then you get into games where you have to spot or you just die early, and it happens to the best of us. I had a terrible time last night playing the Waffle Panzer for whatever reason. Usually I really enjoy that tank, even though my win rate's kind of low, but I was struggling to do over 2,000 damage in this session. I eventually got to 2,000 damage after like a dozen battles, and I'm like, all right, I'm done, man. I need to go to bed because I haven't slept very well, guys. So, you know, you got to keep up on your sleep, man. When you try and do these sessions with only like 6 hours of sleep, like, I'm tired, man. But we're going to make it work, guys, because I really want to bring you guys this vehicle because I just got it, and everyone's asking me, dude, like, have you ever gone down the Chinese line? What about the Chinese line, Whirls? And then they're asking me about the wheelies, so I also purchased the Hotchkiss, and eventually we're going to go up that line because yesterday, or 2 days ago, I 3-marked the AMD 178B. Very easy tank to 3-mark. I would highly suggest you guys try and go for it. If you're looking to even 2-mark a tank, trust me, if you guys just follow some of my advice on this channel, you'll be able to 2-mark the thing easily. But anyway, guys, WZ-131. The dispersion on this vehicle is not bad. It's just the aiming time is really, really high. The gun has no gun depression, or the tank, I should say. Um, don't try and like do these weird ridge pokes with the tank like you would in, like, say, the STRV-74 or something that has a crap ton of gun depression. This kind of feels to me, and some of you might think different. I almost feel like this feels like a tier 7 T-54 lightweight. That is how it feels to me. It's just the aiming time is a lot worse, but the gun depression is the same. The gun hits pretty hard. The tank even kind of looks similar. And yeah, I mean, other than that, you're getting pretty much the same numbers here. The concealment isn't great on the T-54 lightweight. And the spotting is like average. Everything just kind of feels like that to me, except for obviously the turret armor. However, I have actually doinked multiple shells off this turret in one battle. It was one battle on Pearl River, and I think I doinked like 3 shells off the turret, man. So the way this turret works, it's kind of trollish for guns that have a lower, how can I say, like the gun isn't as big, right? So if it's a bigger gun, like a higher caliber, that's the word I was looking for, gun, then it'll go right through it. But if you have a gun that's like 70, 75 millimeter or something like that, if they hit the corner of this turret here, it'll actually just doink off. And then your gun mantlet's kind of large too, so you might doink a shell off of this. But when I went back into the battle hits viewer, I used this, and it actually, 2 of them I think doinked off of this side, maybe one on this side, one on that side, but it was on the very edge of the turret. So miraculously this thing actually has some turret armor, but it's not reliable at all. I'm saying you're just going to every now and then doink a shell, and you might get lucky, right? But you can't just call this thing an armored vehicle, right? It doesn't have turret armor, but you will get lucky on occasion. I think that's all I wanted to say about this vehicle, guys. Again, I don't have like anything on this tank because I just got it. I used like the crew books that I got just from this, so everything was free except for obviously I got the 100% crew, but 92% concealment, and that's it, man. That's all we have. Some snapshot and smooth ride because I know the gun was bad, and we have situational awareness here, and then I'm running it with V-stab and this little V-stab stabilizer greasing because I have 42 of these in the depot and I never use them, so I just decided to put this on auto resupply. Optics in the scouting slot, low noise exhaust, guys, and that's it. I think we talked about this vehicle enough. Let's get into the game. I'm not even at 30% concealment, 445 view range, and that's it. So this tank, to me, it really does feel like the T-54 lightweight. The Russian tech tree line for lights, and also the Chinese line, they seem kind of similar to me, some of the vehicles. And that to me is how this thing feels. It has 200 damage a shot, so you have to use that to your advantage. That's what I'm doing. The tank has low concealment, especially the way I have it set up right now. Maybe I will be able to, once it's at full concealment. In fact, I know this intro is really long, guys, but I just would like to do something real quick just to see. So if we did this, this gives us full concealment. At full concealment, I'll be at almost 38% concealment. So I don't think that's that bad at all. And I can run that, but I'd rather just... Sometimes it's almost fun playing with like a low concealment. You guys can kind of see how I do the things. I don't know, man. I mean, I've never played a vehicle with this low of concealment. So I have before, but it's been a really, really long time. I should say that. And yeah, it can be challenging, man. It can be very tricky to make things work, but I'm going to try my best with it. And we've had decent luck so far. So this might be where it goes downhill. Pilsen, Tier 8 game, we'll see. Okay. So because I have no concealment, the bush line is not an option for me. The 1357 and the SP1C, we'll see if they can outplay our 1357. Our 1357 looks like a decent player. Theirs is anonymized. But I've seen red players beat like green players before, man. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It's just something to note. And we're going to take the ridge line here. Again, I only have 445 view range, so also have to keep that in mind. Really surprised the SP1C didn't spot me here, unless my game is broken. Okay, there's also a Tier 8 light tank, so that would be... For us, we have a Senlek, okay. So there's actually a lot of lights in this game. The SP1C is making a really strange play over here. I think I can get away with hitting this guy. I think. Maybe. Okay, I'm not so sure. Here comes the Bulldog. Kind of don't want this guy to ram me, but it looks like he's going to. Do I have any support behind me, question mark? What is he, 25 doing? Help me, man. Oh, I bounced that. That was so lucky, man. But I actually got a high roll for the... that was lucky. I bounced the shot, and then I got a high roll, and a Tier 7 light tank beats a Tier 8 light tank. Would you guys believe that? Now I just hope I don't get YOLO'd here. Okay. I'm waiting to see if also the our light tanks over here are going to spot something. Kind of have a shot like this. Maybe. Okay, there's the 1357. I have a shot at this guy? Not really. Making sure I'm not going to get spotted from the hill or something, like if E25 has binocs or something weird. And SP1C is still just like meandering through this whole area. I can't believe this guy's still alive. But I'm not going to go for him at this point. But yeah, man, 950 damage. And we beat the Bulldog. And I know this guy probably didn't have the tank set up great and all. You can say he was a bad player or whatever, but that's what this tank is able to do, man. Like, I'm telling you, the gun hits really freaking hard, man. And then he bounced me. Like, what did he ricochet on, guys? So we'll have to see that. But yeah, this tank, it's trollish, dude, right? It's just weird. Like, it has no armor, but it bounces shells. I don't know where and how, but it does. Okay. Look at that. For some reason, this thing just works for me, man. I know the gun is really inaccurate, but I find if you fully aim your shots, it's kind of like the lightweight. Like, they just go, man. I don't know. 1340 damage, guys. It's ridiculous. Even that one was pretty close. See if I can see anyone in this mid area. Okay, E25 is going to YOLO, and at this point, I think... I don't want to overstay my welcome in this area, because we're low on HP because of the Bulldog. E25 is still out here. I'm going to sit right here. I know this is kind of passive, but we pretty much lost this side of the map, and I'm thinking... Maybe I just sit right here, and if E25 gets YOLO'd, hopefully we can help him out a little bit, but at this point, we've lost most of this map. I don't really have the HP to spare. We've done 1340 damage, so I think we're kind of doing our job here on Pilsen. Just gonna make sure I'm not getting blind fired. This is gonna be a tough tank to pen. This is gonna be a problem, man. I can't do anything against HTC. Maybe with heat. Yeah. Yeah, this is rough, man. This is why I don't like heat, guys. This is why I absolutely freaking hate heat shells. Like, yeah, they have good pen, but like if you're at any kind of angle or you hit the tracks or whatever, like they just never freaking go in, man. Because they can't do anything to spaced armor or like tracks and stuff, you know? I'm gonna sit here. We might be able to spot. We might get lucky spotting these guys. Okay. Yeah, I think this is. We got a GTFO, man. I think this is a GG. There's not much I can really do in this situation, man. Like, I think we actually took the best position possible, because if we went to where the T-34-1 was, we would have had frontal shots on the HTC. That would have never worked. I think at this point we just have to run away. I think we've lost this game, and I think we just have to kind of get as much damage as possible. How much HP are we down by? 5k? Yeah, this is a GG, man, in my eyes. I always love to say that I can bring a game back, guys, but I don't know about this one. You know, like, this is the reality of the game, man. Most games you're not going to be able to bring back. We're just heavily outplayed here. Okay. I think we can clean up the TS. Okay. I'm loading heat for some of these guys. Cheetos here. Can't really hit this guy. 703. Wow. Okay, that one was really bad, dude. That one was really freaking bad. Did you see that? It wasn't even close. Okay. Might be spotted from this. The bushes are so weird back here, man. Like, they're so patchy. Let's see. Get a shot of this guy. I think I got spotted. I might have got spotted. Honestly, at the last second there. It's what it is, guys. That's all you can do. I mean, we're not going to... I would have liked to get at least, like, 2 more shots out of that, but they just weren't there. They just weren't there. We'll see if maybe if we hit... I don't think we hit the rev. Maybe we had, like, 1 blind shot. No, that was it. We got 85 spotting out of something, though. And yeah, we're top by experience, man. I mean, we have 3 people on our team do 0 damage. And it was 2 tier 8 heavies. So that's kind of rough, man. Both of our E25s really didn't do anything either. So when you have like a good chunk of people just not really, you know, doing much, lack of better term, you're likely going to lose the game, man. Just not pulling their own weight at all, man. So, but we did 1340 damage in that game, guys. Most of our damage came against the Bulldog. And give me 1 second, I just want to see real quick. Use this. I'll show you guys this battle hits thing that I use. And go to me. And I just want to see where this guy bounced. Yeah, he bounced off the turret. You see that? So I swear, like, if you look at the armor profiles of actually a lot of vehicles, you can like hover over it and be like pen, pen, pen. Even if you do it like this, pen. But in reality, when you get into the game, you're going to bounce some shells, man. And the Bulldog is a good example because the Bulldog's caliber is not that high. And see just the way this is angled, like you'll get ricochets from time to time, man. You will. People will ricochet off of the turret. And that saved my life there, right? Pretty much. Actually, I think we could have taken 1 more from him. But realistically speaking, like even if that guy had his tank set up properly, he didn't shoot. He wasn't shooting the HEs, which was good. But if he had the tank set up properly and was a better player, if I bounced that shell, we still probably could have beat him in the DPM battle, as long as I penned all mine, right? So what this tank is capable of doing, man. It's a very aggressive tank. And that's what I find. You can almost play this thing like partially like a medium. It's not as powerful as the lightweight. Don't confuse my words at all. I'm not saying you can get super aggressive with this thing or anything, but on lucky occasions, right, you will fling shells off your turret, and you can kind of play this thing hull down. It's just the only problem with it is it takes so long to aim, which is why I use the V-stab and even the stabilizer greasing on top of that. So let's see what we can do with the second game. The first game, man, like, Pilsen, guys, like, I'm telling you, like, there's been times on Pilsen where I have those 0-0 games trying to spot the bush line. I was in the G-Sor it might have been yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I went to the bush line, and me and a 1390 spotted each other at the same time, right? And I tried to run, he tried to run, we both got wrecked, and that was the game. I did 1250 or 1200 spotting or whatever, and he probably did 1200 on me or whatever the G-Source HP is, and that's the game for both of us, you know? So when you see streamers post stuff on YouTube, and a lot of times they're really, really good games, like even for them, you'll hear skills say like, that's rare, man. Like having close games is very rare, and having really, really good games is very rare for average players. I would say I can carry like a fair share of games as long as they're not, like, if I'm against maybe 2 tanks or something, especially at a lower tier, I'm comfortable. Like usually I can carry those games and use my view range, but any more than that, yeah, like I'm no Unicom, guys. But I've done it before. But again, they're getting those games, like, you can't stomp an enemy team, like do a 5v1 every single game, right? It just doesn't work that way. The reality is you end up getting wrecked because the whole team pushes in and it's like a 15-3. That's the joke, you know, 3-15 simulator, 15-3 simulator. That's basically what this is. So we have a tier 7 game. We're against a 1375. On Safe Haven, I never go to the mid anymore. Every single time I go to the mid on this map, for whatever reason, I get wrecked. And I've done it before in the Hawk 30 or certain tanks where I feel like I can maybe make a difference there. If a medium's going to follow me. But a lot of times, guys, like, I end up just getting wrecked, like almost all the time. Because every single team I'm on loses this at first. I said this to Steel Guts during our session a couple months ago or whatever. I'm like, every time I'm on this map, we always lose the mid first, and it's going to happen here. We can consider that we can consider this losing the mid, right? The Cromwell's out here, none of our team is out there, so I would say we've lost the mid so far. Doesn't mean we can't gain it back, but the Cromwell's out here, and they technically own this area so far. And this is what I mean, man. It's like every single time I'm on this map, it doesn't matter what side, guys. It doesn't matter what side. We always lose this area of the map, the 5 line. So making that YOLO play into the mid is not really good, man. Trust me. Just don't do it. Sit up here. You can spot people like FV. Interesting. Oops. And there you go. 67 spotting, 182 damage. Good enough for now. Cromwell's going to basically perma-light us here. I'm just going to kind of run away from here. I don't think there's an immediate threat over here. I don't see anyone spotted in this area. Okay, Brett Panther's coming through, so I need to kind of run away from here. Let's get right here. Okay, 1357 is coming as well. I want to stay to support these guys, so I'm going to do so. Cromwell and 1357 are pushing in. We're going to start running away. If I can get one more into someone. Trap Cromwell. Okay. Is this guy going to shoot me? He is. Goodness gracious, man. Yeah, this tank on the move also, because of the dispersion, guys, I would suggest not trying to shoot people on the move. I don't want to get clipped out by the 1375, so I'm trying to move away from him. So we could have been part of this slaughter. I should have just stayed just a hair longer and gotten a shot, one more shot. I could have gotten one more shot there. But you guys know me, man. I'm always passive. I'm always a passive player. Okay, so what I like to do is return to usually here. They have light tanks, so that's the issue here. Ooh, my stomach's making a lot of noises. I don't know if you guys can hear. Definitely got to eat after this session. I'm on a new, I'll call it a new diet, guys. I used to bulk and cut back in college. And I'm basically just starting a bulking phase again. So I like to put on some weight, man. I have a really fast metabolism and just haven't been eating enough, man. Like 2,000 calories just isn't enough to keep on weight. I have the opposite problem that most people have, so. We're gonna keep coming back. Might be able to hold this just for a second. If AMX pushes like this, I just want to keep this guy lit so my team at least kind of has an idea of where he is, right? But we've lost this entire map. I don't think I can really do much with this. We could have done a little more damage, right? We definitely could have had one more shot here safely up on the K line or whatever. Ooh, there he is. Okay, I don't want to get hit. I thought there was a wall here or something protecting me. I'm like, I didn't check that. Probably should have checked that before, but sometimes you just like know things, guys, even when you don't remember. It's kind of hard to explain, but okay. I cannot do anything to this guy. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Beautiful. Come on, Stare. Where you at, man? Hit this guy. Okay, that's all we can do. 1183, 139, guys. These are the games. We definitely could have gotten one more shot there. I wish I didn't run away so quickly, man. We could have got one into the AMX, and we missed the shot before that even. This could have been like well over 1,500 damage, but I don't know, man. Just, I made the decision too soon to run away. I don't think it was the worst decision. He's going to hit you in the side. These are the games, guys. I don't mind bringing... I just go into World of Tanks. I haven't even played any games yet, and I start my session. I want you guys to see what happens every time I click battle, right? This is what happens, man. These are the adjustments I've had to make. We haven't done any spotting, guys, at all. We've been on Pilsen and Safe Haven, right? No spotting. We're just trying to do damage here. 2 battles, and what are we at? We're averaging 1261 damage. That's all we can do, man. You know? What you have to do is when you get games like Prokhorovka, which actually I prefer not to get because I have no concealment on this vehicle yet, you have to take advantage of it, right? So when you get the good maps, Karelia is decent. This is a tier 9 game though, so I don't know what the heck's going to happen here. But you have to try and like absorb and grind out as much combined score as you can when you get those good maps. You know, the KAs is what I call them. Murovanka, Malinovka, Prokhorovka. Those, man. I also always like Westfield, guys. I find Westfield's really nice for spotting. I'm not even going to try this mid area. 132A is going to go out there. So we have a tier 9 okay, AMX 1390 we're against, and also a 1357. Here's the 90. take this shot and move. I'd rather take the shot, guys. I'd rather risk even getting hit because we want to eliminate the 1390. If there's anyone's HP we want to take away, it's going to be the 1390. Okay, hit him again. This tank's doing pretty well, man. I just have to be really careful about poking this now because people know I'm here. 1357 is there. Okay. We have no one coming north, so I'm probably going to run away from here while I still can. Let's do that now. Come like this. I don't want to get immediately lit by the 13. Okay, there's a rock here, though. I don't remember that being there, but I guess it is, clearly. Okay, we got 3 shots of damage so far. And now I need to figure out how we're going to stop the push from the north. We have a lot of people where we need them, which is in the south. We want to take this hill. That's the most important thing. But I don't want to get caught out here. Beautiful. Heat's enough. Yeah, 230 millimeters of pin on the heat is really good, guys. It's just the heat sucks. That's the problem. Good. 1390 is down, so we still have 1357. WZ's doing a good job out there, man. Steel Guts really likes going out there. I freaking hate that area, man. I never like going out to the mid on this map. It's just the way it is for me. I just never feel like it works for me, so... Just kind of playing Tank Destroyer for now, because we've lost this area of the map. Can I get a shot to SMB, maybe? It's behind a rock. And again, we only have 445 view range, no CVS. So, like, the WZ-132A is really the person that needs to do the spotting here. I can sit here and kind of counter a push in the mid from the 1357, but I don't want to go up north because we have nothing up here. Like, if you run up here, you know, you're going to be out in the middle of the open. That's the thing with this map, man. It's like, it's so wide open, and people are going to click on you, light tank spot, but it's like, dude, look at the map. Like, just look at the map. It's wide open, dude. So, you really have to understand how this map is working. You don't want to die. So now WZ is providing information. M2Y has pushed up to here. Take this shot. That goes in with the APs. We're not spotted here. That's informative. So I think we can move a little bit again. Just being very careful, man, because if the 1357 pushes this area, it's not going to be a fun time for me. Because I only have 28% concealment. We've done 1,000 damage. Just doing what we need to do, right, guys? We have a 132A that can kind of spot. I'm actually thinking about returning to my initial position. This is what I do. I kind of drive around until I figure out what I want to do, and then I go back. I kind of liked that area. There's just not really very strong hard cover in this area. We do have the hill one, so I'm almost wondering if I just take mid, because now we're kind of taking the north again, too. I'll try and get into here, maybe. Okay, I'm not spotted yet. I'm going to keep going. All the way up to here. Have a shot at the E4. So just adjusting to the map, guys, as we're taking map back, and I realize that we're even pushing the east now, we have the hill, it's like, all right, let's just take the mid now, because now it's a situation where we kind of have won a lot of the map. Okay. 1357 spots me here, that'll be informative, yeah, so I kind of have an idea of where this guy is now. I'm going to zoom through like this. He's very likely sitting here in this area. Okay, or there, you know. But somewhere in the mid. Just missed that shot completely, man. Okay, good. They countered him. And now we push in and spot the rest of this team. There's two S51s, a 152K, and a TVP. Pretty sure the 152K, yeah. I'm a one-shot to the 152K. I am. But it's time, man. Everyone's pushing in, so we got to go... Try and go like this. Okay, just TVP. Good, some spotting damage. I'm going to sit right here, kind of wait. Okay, so SU-152 just took that shot. I know the ISU is here. Even if he didn't spot the ISU, I gather that information. Right, okay, this guy's probably sitting like up here now or something weird. But I gather that information just by seeing somebody get hit for 700 damage, right? That's basically what I saw. Okay. Good, we can actually get away from that guy. I thought their reload was like really fast, but maybe that was, he only had like one shell left. The thing is like one of those weird auto-loaders, right? I think it has like 3 shells, but it continues to reload or something like that, man. I don't know. I never played it. I thought it was something like that. Now we can go after this boy. Hit him here. S51 shouldn't be a problem right now. Hit the ISU again. Okay. So now he's on reload. We should be good here. Where are we at? 32 minutes. Yeah, this will be the last game, guys, I think, for this vehicle. Go. How long is this guy's reload? Too long. 2,072 damage, guys. 340 assist. We racked the S51 with the last shot there. And there you go, man. I mean, it just really seems like this vehicle, if you're going to market, you're going to have to do damage in a lot of battles. At least so far, right? Like, this might be one of those light tanks similar to the Hawk 30 where my damage numbers are going to be pretty high compared to the rest. Same thing with the AMD 178B. A lot of my score for the combined score is damage, right? And I actually sold that tank. I'd love to show you guys the stats. Actually, I can still. So we'll apply this real quick. And that's a pretty good game, guys. 2268 damage. Yeah. We only had, what, 541 spotting even on Karelia. We're making this thing work pretty gosh darn well, man. We have a 67% win rate. We lost those 2. Now over 6 battles, but over the 3 battles, guys, 1597 damage, only 255 assistance. This is under a 5k WTR because there's no spotting, and the victory rate was kind of low. But look at the stats we have right now with this thing. I have 516 assists and 1615 damage. Look at the difference between the damage and the assist damage, right? So some tanks just work like that. Let's just sort this by like tier. I go to tier 6. To the AMD 178B, when I 3-marked this thing, 598 assists, 1105 damage. And even then, my last game in this thing, you will see it before you see this video, was on Prokhorovka, and we did like thousands of spotting. So that probably boosted this number because that was only my 68th battle. We 3-marked the AMD 178B in 68 battles. So there you go, guys. There's the WZ-131. I hope the video was informative. Hope you learned a thing or two. Hope you're enjoying casual standard games, right? I have one video that I'm also going to bring you probably before this session, but I don't want to just have a session where I like put three really, really good games and show you guys those games. You're probably not going to learn as much, right? Compared to games where I'm just hitting the battle button, right? So that's it. That's how I have this thing set up, guys. That's how I've been playing it. It plays very aggressively. You know, use its gun, man. Like, look at this. You have the heat if you really get into trouble to pen, and it does 200 damage a shot. So, just for reference, the LT-432 does 180 at tier 8, right? This is a tier 7 tank. So just use the gun to your advantage, and I think you guys will be alright with this vehicle, man. You just really have to use what it has. And be careful of the gun depression, man. And the aiming time's just kind of bad. So just look at the stats, understand what you're getting before you get into the game, and I hope you guys enjoy playing this vehicle. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you for the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.